My mother-in-law sent a text to my husband, her son. Yeah, that's usually how it works. Thank you. Asking if she could have her birthday weekend at our house. What is she, 21? Birthday weekend? I need a place to crash. Hey, your house would be fun. I don't want my parents finding out about my birthday weekend. When does that run out? And invite the girls and their husbands, her daughters, my sister-in-laws, and their husbands to all stay here. Okay, so here's the premise. Her mother-in-law is asking to use her house to have the whole mishpucha, the whole family over for a birthday weekend. That's fine, they write. Whatever. Yeah, you sound pretty fine with it. We live 2 hours away from them and recently moved into a new house. I don't love when people invite themselves over for a weekend and invite additional guests, but oh well. Well, let me go back at you. Again, I'm a fair dictator here at the JTrain podcast. I can tell by the way you wrote this, you don't want these people in your home. That's okay. But when you say, I don't love when people invite themselves over for a weekend and invite additional guests, this isn't general people. You know, you're right, generally. If you told this story a certain way, you would be correct. Yeah, I don't like when people invite themselves to my place too. But people aren't generally my mom and dad, my blood, and my sisters and brothers. So this is different. Let's admit this is different. But then she followed up and decided to ask my husband if instead of having her birthday at our house, she could have it at my parents' vacation house. Oh, mama's a mooch. This mom, so here's the thing. As I read this email, and I love like dissecting along the way, because as you read the email, now I'm getting to know the family. I can see the ingredients going into the stew. This mom is a mooch. This mom is a pain in the ass. I don't like this mom. I now understand why, and it's the way people write stuff that I find so interesting. I don't love when people invite themselves over for a weekend. You knew if you wrote it that way, no one could disagree with you. A crazy person could only disagree with you. Hey guys, isn't it horrible when people invite themselves over to your house and invite additional guests? Every normal, sane person would go, yes. Screw those people. Now, as we go on with the story, I'm like, yeah, you wanted us all to hate your mother-in-law, which I do. I don't like her because of the next sentence. You didn't need to convince me. You went, I love when people, I love people. Now I'm doing it. But I love what you did. I love what you did. Because I can see you just wanted us to agree with you. And I do agree with you, but you didn't need to do, I just don't. I'm just one of those weird people who doesn't like when people invite other people to your house. Yeah, you're not that weird. That's not a special snowflake. That's pretty fucking normal. But then she followed up and decided to ask my husband if instead of having her birthday at our house, she could have it at my parents' vacation house. Also, I'm also, there's a money thing going on, you know, like husband's got some dough, family's got some dough, mama bear is, you know, then she asked my husband if instead of having her birthday, she could have it at my parents. So emailer's got dough.
And so does
husband. Family's got some dough. Beach house dough. I don't know.
Word.
Beach house is different than lake house. Yeah. So you're up there. Am I crazy to think this is a crazy ask? Asking her son if she can go to his wife's parents' vacation house with her whole family for her birthday weekend, and it's not even a big birthday. I cannot imagine the tables being turned and my parents asking to use their son-in-law's mother's house for a weekend. Yeah, they don't want to use your mother-in-law's shanty for their birthday weekend. They want to be at the Ritz. Yeah, the reverse is never going to happen. Because the reverse is, but also I agree with you. The reverse, if all is equal, it isn't equal. His mom doesn't have a beach house to go to for her birthday weekend. So that's why she's going, where could I go for free to celebrate my wonderful birthday with my family? My son married well. I love this Am I Crazy Dog. Keep sending them in, jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. It was one thing to invite yourself to my house. Yeah, your house is probably nicer than her house too. But another to try and invite yourself to my parents' place. I'm with you. Jared and guests, yeah, you got just me, okay? And I don't think you're crazy at all. Please tell me, am I crazy, dog? Or are in-laws just crazy and this is par for the course? Signed, Bound with No Boundaries. Good sign off. No, you're not crazy at all. This is a crazy ask from them. It is easy to get out of because there's an easy lie to tell. Sorry, my parents are using it that weekend. We can't. We would love to have you at our home. But if that doesn't work, just let me know so I know to, whether I should put out the cots or not for the whole family to come stay here. That's the move. You're not crazy at all. It is crazy of them to ask this of you. Yiddish word for mooch. Schnorrer. Yeah, this is a schnorrer. A scrounger who takes advantage of the generosity of others. Synonyms, schnorrer type of moocher, scrounger. So, schnorrer. This is a word that like makes me warm inside. If you're Jewish, you've heard someone referred to as a schnorrer, and you go, I don't want to be that person. Your mother-in-law is a schnorrer.